Waste was a concept that started back in 2006 by a couple of friends of mine, Stephanie Dadour and Walid Jad. Stephanie came back to Lebanon and was appalled basically by the overuse of plastic bags everywhere. Supermarkets, grocery stores, everywhere. And she basically wanted to do something about it. And she had a chat with Walid, and Walid was working in print production at the time. And they got excited because he also knew the material, which was advertising banners, which is a composite plastic, non-recyclable, non-biodegradable. And it used to be dumped almost immediately after it was taken down. And he also probably thought it was a cool project because then he can impress girls, and it seemed to have worked because he now has a beautiful daughter and a beautiful wife called Suad Eid, who happens to be our lead designer as well. And so anyway, they started experimenting with the material to see what they could do with it. And they made their first bag, and then they made a couple of other products. And they showed them to friends and family. And friends and family liked it. And so they said, why not make a small quantity of it and show it off to people, which is what they did. They worked with tailors at their own workshop, and they made a small quantity, and they basically hit an exhibition and showed it to people. And people really liked it. And the buzz in the media even was unexpected. So it was a cool thing to do, and they thought that it had a lot of potential. But it was basically something like a side project for them because they both had their own work and their own jobs. Then back in 2011, I was still working as an environmental consultant in the United Arab Emirates. And I had my own ideas about what kind of business I wanted to do, responsible business, an ethical business. And believe it or not, that had nothing to do with waste. Even though I knew waste from the beginning, my project was that essentially I wanted to grow a special kind of mushrooms. And no, not the psychedelic ones for you. So anyway, I had a chat with Walid and Stephanie about waste and how we can take it further. And we decided and agreed that first of all, we needed to have a proper business plan and work out the financials and see where we can take it from there. And this is what we did. And I made the leap back to Lebanon, but unfortunately, Stephanie made the leap back to France, not Canada this time. And so although she's still part of our story, currently she's not part of the journey right now. And after that, Walid and I started a debate about what we needed to do and how we needed to do, how we needed to do the things we needed to do to basically take waste further. And to launch it, we needed, of course, our first collection. And so we started thinking about the kind of products we needed and people needed, and what is it that in terms of the different types of bags and products that we needed to launch. So we sought basically Suad's help in terms of designing these products. But then we needed to make them. So we went back to the artisans and their own workshop, and that didn't really work very well because there was a lot of back and forth between a designer and a tailor. And so we realized that we needed a lot of dedication from the tailor to be able to launch that collection, and which is what we did. So basically we rented a tailor's workshop, and we had them fully working on our project and our collection. And even though we faced some difficulties, I'll tell you about it later on, we still managed to launch our first collection, and we introduced it at an exhibition. Now, the problem we faced is that basically banners are about at least 4 by 14 meters. And so most of these artisans in their own workshop, the workshop was much smaller than that. So that wasn't really functional. So we realized that we basically needed a bigger space, which is what we went for. So we went for a bank, and we got a small bank loan, and we rented our own workspace, and we designed it in a way that we can actually create a process, because For banners that are that big, we needed the process from acquiring them, to cleaning them, to cutting them, cataloging them for the designer to be able to work on every single piece individually, and then it goes into the hands of professional bag tailors. So this is what we did. We designed our own workspace, and we started improving our collection and our products. And we registered a new company, we trademarked the brand, Waste, but that wasn't without difficulties as well, because in Lebanon, for every single official thing you need to do, you need to pay extra. But that's something we didn't want to do. So, and we fought against that, but of course, things took a little bit longer to happen, way longer to happen. From there on, we started improving basically the material, and started even using more material in our collection, and introducing products such as inner tubing, bicycle inner tubing, truck inner tubing, and there's a difference. And seat belt material. Anyway, we also got contacted basically by a museum in the United Arab Emirates to actually design and manufacture furniture and accessories for them. And that was a really cool thing to do. We basically went crazy. We started combining stuff that had nothing to do with each other. From even refurbishing vintage furniture, to combining gas canisters with our own seaters to make stools, and then make different types of lighting fixtures, with teacups and stuff. Anyway, it was a wonderful experience for us. And the client really loved it. The people going to the place enjoyed it and enjoyed the mood of the place, and we learned a lot from it. So anyway, after that, we started focusing back on our own collection and how we're going to improve the product. And like I said, we introduced all sorts of other types of materials. And we needed basically to properly position our product. And this is what we did. We tried to think about the places where we wanted to put the product and sell the product. And we managed to do that as well. But anyway, we basically increased and expanded our collection, and it became like about 40 different models that we have. And every piece from every single model is a unique piece. And going forward from there, we basically now are considering for next year having our own Waste branded stores. So if you think you like what we do and you would like to be or feel that you can be part of our story, Waste story, that kind of waste, we'd love to know more about you. So for now, we're going to show you a stop motion just to show you how we do what we do.